Finally getting some rain here in Panama, thank goodness. Anyways, I want to share with you the hard costs associated with applying for the M-type visa in Colombia, migrant visa, which would include retirement pensionado visa or through marriage. Those are all M-type. Now, there's a lot of misinformation out there about what is the hard cost. A lot of people get confused about, well, I paid my attorney or my channeler, and now I'm getting nickel and dime to death because there's additional fees. I'm gonna clear that up for you. These are fees that are not negotiable. These are directly to Colombia. And I'm going to get into the additional cost above and beyond the hard fees at the end of this, so stay with me. So the first thing, when you apply online, you could do it, attorney could do it, channeler could do it, whoever's doing it, this is what's going to happen. The application review fee, they call this the Pago de Estudio. Now, I used current exchange rates, August 17th, 2026, at about 3,100 pesos to the dollar. But the actual fee that you will get an email when the application is submitted for you to pay it online, right? And it's about $56. All right, they're reviewing your application. That's what you're paying for. Now, let's say everything goes great and you get approved. That may be, 30 days or more. Some people get it done in less, less than 30 days. But right now they're going out past the 30 days. You actually have to pay what's called a visa issuance fee. And before they give you your visa, you have to pay this. That's about $279, all right? Once you pay that, they will send you an email with an electronic PDF of your visa. And that's when you're going to find out, did they give me 1 year or 2 years or 3 years when you actually get your visa, because it'll say on there. Now, everything's going great, right? They issued your visa. What's next? You got to get your cedula, all right? You got to get your cedula. The cost of a cedula, and I just paid it last Thursday, and it came out to US dollars, $96. All right, $96. You have to get your the hard ID. All right, you can also pay the same amount and get an electronic version of that, but you got to get your hard cedula first, and you got to do that in Colombia. You can't do that from the U.S. You got to be at immigration. The first two are consularias. The immigration actually issues the cedula. About $96 is what I paid. Now, here's the other fees that are involved. And I'm looking down at my cheat sheet so I don't forget. Before you apply, right, you got to get everything in order. So you got to have your FBI background check. All right, let's call it $75. You didn't go to the post office, whatever. You went to a UPS store, got electronic fingerprinting, that kind of thing. That's typically like $75, all right? And let's say you use an apostille service. All right, where you send a PDF version of your Social Security letter or your VA disability or your military retirement or whatever, and they apostille that for you. I tell everyone to just kind of budget in $250. You can do it for less, but let's say $250, all right, for all of those. Now, there's another fee. You got to have a medical report when you apply for the M-type migrant visa. Now, we have doctors in Colombia that specialize in issuing this for people that want to migrate to Colombia. Average cost is $100 to $125, and they do that online through like a video chat. So $100, $125. Now, the other thing is this, especially for like the retirement visa, you've got to have medical insurance in Colombia. All right. A lot of people use companies like Genki or Safety Wing or whatever, but you need to factor in another, if you buy 1 year, maybe $600 to $1,000, depending on your age. So when we break this down, before any legal fees, you're looking at about $630 for the application, FBI background check, apostilles, everything, cedula, about $630. And then you add in, buying your insurance. Let's worst case scenario, let's look at maybe $1,000. All right, so now we're at $1,630 before any legal fees. All right, I can tell you this, having been through the process personally, I know some people that have done it on their own, but I can tell you it is somewhat difficult. And I suggest that you have someone help you. All right, whether it's an attorney, whether it's an immigration firm, whatever it may be. Because especially if you're a veteran and you have VA disability, navigating the PTSD issue, it's worth paying someone to help you. So worst case scenario, with insurance and document fees and Colombian fees, and legal fees, you're probably at the $2,000 mark. Can be done for less, but that's kind of the average. But I wanted you to understand the hard costs associated with the Colombian application process. Minimum is about $430. All right, that's before getting a Colombian medical certificate. That's before getting your FBI background check, getting the apostilles, anything. So minimum that you're paying directly to Colombia is about $430. If you have questions about this, request my relocation guide to Colombia. I'll break this down. Same thing with veterans. If you're looking at relocation to Colombia as a veteran, ask for a veterans relocation guide. You can find it in my profile. And if you like this kind of information, go ahead and follow this channel, people. I give you great information about relocation to Panama and Colombia. All right, hope that helps.